Debated decision.
Control yourself, you prick.
I just feel right now I'm the stronger fighter.
TJ Dillashaw asked to fight Roland Delorme, hoping for an easy road to the semis.
Bring it on, come on.
The coaches agreed, and he dominated Roland Delorme in a decisive victory.
TJ Dillashaw.
Diego Brandao knocked out Steven Seiler in just 31 seconds, giving Team Bisping its second straight win.
Bring it on, come on.
Before John Dodson reclaimed the momentum for Mayhem with a 2-round decision over John Albert.
John Dodson.
UFC Store. Your ultimate destination for the gear you want. For the sport you love.
Wow! And here we go! And this is what this sport is all about.
Shop UFCstore.com. The sport lives here.
I am a fighter. I explore weakness and make it strength. I confront fear and conquer adversity. I combat mental breakdown and win. Determination and training are my only weapons. My desire is to be the best, the champion. I live for victory, and I believe.
Now with even more power.
Now, the first of the semifinals.
Do it.
Can Dennis shut down Akira's cunning tactics?
Dennis found out real quick how powerful Akira was. He got rocked.
Every time Akira landed with a punch, he nearly knocked him out. I was screaming, he's hurt, go for it, finish it, finish it. No, put it on him!
Dennis scrambled and just got a huge slam on Akira. Luckily, I'm in the same corner and get to coach Dennis as if I'm playing a video game.
You're relaxed here, you're good. Tire him out right here, he's wearing out. Now reset your right hand. Reset your right hand if you can. Reset your right hand. Oh, he's sleeping, he's choking, he's choking. Yeah! Nighty night!
Winner by guillotine choke, Dennis Bermudez.
Now, TJ takes on Dustin with a spot in the finale on the line.
First round of the fight, TJ goes out, and he's looking like the better
Hard and fast. But what you got to help me do, babies, is you got to help me pump these guys up when they come up on this stage. I know you got your favorites, and I know you got the guys that you like and you don't like. But what you got to do is you got to help them all out, because everybody on this card, baby, can fight. So when they get up here, I want you to yell, scream, shout, and make as much noise as you can. And I can tell you, if you do, it will get buck wild in here tomorrow night, baby. Yeah. So as I call these guys' names out to line up, I want you to give it to them as hard and as fast as you can. At this time, I want the fighter in one person. Dustin Neese in one person. Let's hear it, baby. Brian Caraway in one person. Josh Clopton in one person. Steven Seiler in one person. Josh Ferguson in one person. Ronald Delorme. John Prince Albert in one person. Dustin Page. Stephen Bass in one person. Marcus Brimage in one person. Come on now, y'all can do better than that, baby. Johnny Bedford in one person. Louis Godot in one person. Yves Edwards in one person. Tony Ferguson. Johnny Dodson. TJ Dillashaw. Damn. Dennis Bermudez, Diego Brandeo, Jason Mayhem Miller, and Michael the Count Bisping. Oh, that ain't right. Come on, baby.
In 9 seasons, the coaches will clash on the same card as the fighters. Bad boy Michael Bisping is looking to prove that he has more than clever pranks in his toolbox. But Jason Mayhem Miller is hungry to reach the top of the UFC middleweight division.
Man, listen, I feel like my whole life has been building up to beat this one bully.
I'm going to put a beating on him so bad, he ain't ever going to want to fight in the UFC again.
It all happens on one amazing night. Saturday, December 3rd. Who will become the next Ultimate Fighter?
With UFC On Demand, you have an all-access pass to the best UFC action at the push of a button. Start your visit with a trip to the UFC Free Zone, your guide to the hottest sport in the world, from the basics of the sport to the latest superstar profiles. Then, hop over to the UFC Fight Zone, where you can watch UFC legends and the rising stars of the sport in some of their best single fights. And for full events and specials, go to the UFC Event Zone, where you can catch all the action from past events, watch the latest DVD titles, or memorable UFC specials at the push of a button. The year is winding down, but the action never stops as UFC On Demand celebrates the best fights of 2011 with the matchups that were so thrilling, they were awarded prestigious Fight of the Night awards for their spectacular battles inside the octagon. Relive such great fights as Evans vs. Ortiz, Sanchez vs. Campman, Cruz vs. Faber, Aldo vs. Hominick, and much more. With new fights added each week. With UFC On Demand, you'll be celebrating season's beatings all month long.
Matt Hughes was the most dominant champion of his time.
Matt Hughes' legacy, the best champ the UFC has ever had.
In my eyes, he built me, he built us.
That Carlos fight has to be the single biggest win of my career.
A guy who can go out there and dominate a weight class, that's what really makes a guy a star. You either are or you aren't, and Matt Hughes is.
The Dodge Durango has a heated steering wheel and ventilated seats wrapped in Napa leather, the same shade of supple cowhide you'd find on a certain high-performance luxury automobile, the name of which, of course, we can't mention. But we can say it's Italian. It's got a horse leaping across the grill. And without being too specific, it rhymes with Ferrari. The SUV is back.
I'm not here to be mediocre. I want to be the best. I go to war every day in the gym. I'm not going to stop. I will be victorious. And I believe.
All of the action of a live UFC event is now under your control at UFC.tv. This online interactive experience will revolutionize the way you view the UFC. Choose from up to 6 different live video feeds and direct the show that you want to see. Or watch multiple feeds simultaneously using picture-in-picture or quad view to see 4 angles at once. With built-in DVR controls, you can pause, rewind, and fast-forward with just a click of a mouse. Replay what you want and when you want, again and again. You can also choose the live audio that you want to hear. Listen to Goldie and Rogan call the fight, or switch to a fighter's corner to hear the coaches. Offense now! Offense! Plus, the whole time you're controlling the fight action, you can stay connected to other fans using live chat and Twitter. You can even judge the fights with our new scoring module. This is broadcast quality coverage, available online, live, and at your command. Personalize your UFC experience, and you call the shots at UFC.tv.
welcome you to the official weigh-ins for the ultimate finale, Team Bisping versus Team Miller. Tomorrow night, not one, but two men will join the list of prestigious Ultimate Fighter winners as John Dotson and TJ Dillashaw battle in the bantamweight final, and Dennis Bermudez and Diego Brandao fight to become the first featherweight Ultimate Fighter. And then, in our main event of the evening, the coaches collide as Michael the Count Bisping battles Jason Mayhem Miller in a 5-round fight in the UFC middleweight division. We'd like to send out a special welcome to our UFC Fight Club members. And now, to get the official weigh-ins for Season 14 of The Ultimate Fighter underway, here is Joe Rogan.
Welcome everybody to the weigh-ins. Ariani and Shondella, ladies and gentlemen, come on. Dana White, without him, none of this would be possible. Joe Silva, best matchmaker on the planet. We got a hell of a card, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get things cracking. Starting out in, Burt Watson, babysitter to the stars, ladies and gentlemen. Burt Watson, come on. Starting out in the featherweight division, Dustin Neese versus Brian Caraway. First on the scale, Dustin Neese. 145 and a half. And his opponent, Brian Caraway. First fight of the night, ladies and gentlemen, Dustin Neese and Brian Caraway. Next up, also in the featherweight division, Josh Clopton versus Steven Siller. And his opponent, Steven Siller. Josh Clopton and Steven Siller, ladies and gentlemen. Next up in the bantamweight division, Josh Ferguson versus Roland Delorme. And his opponent, Roland Delorme. Ferguson and Roland Delorme, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, also in the bantamweight division, John Albert versus Dustin Pegg. And his opponent, Dustin Pegg. On 36. John Albert and Dustin Pegg, ladies and gentlemen, let them know. Next up in the featherweight division, Stephen Bass versus Marcus Brimage. Bass, excuse me. And his opponent, Marcus Brimage. Stephen Bass and Marcus Brimage, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, the main card live on Spike TV, starting out in the bantamweight division. Johnny Bedford versus Louis Gaudino. And his opponent, Louis Gaudino. Johnny Bedford and Louis Gaudino, ladies and gentlemen. Next up in the lightweight division, we got a barn burner, ladies and gentlemen. Eve Edwards and Tony El Kukui Ferguson. time for the Thug Jitsu Master. And his opponent, winner of the Ultimate Fighter, El Kukui, Tony Ferguson. $55 and a half. Eve Edwards and Tony Ferguson, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, the bantamweight final of the Ultimate Fighter. John Dodson versus T.J. Dillashaw. And his opponent, T.J. Dillashaw. $135 and a half. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the bantamweight finals. John Dodson and T.J. Dillashaw. Next up, the featherweight finals. Dennis Bermudez versus Diego Brandao. For Mr. Bermudez. And his opponent, Diego Brandao. $45. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the finals in the featherweight division. Dennis Bermudez and Diego Brandao. And finally, the main event of the evening. In the middleweight division, the battle of the coaches, Jason Mayhem Miller versus Michael the Count Bisping. opponent, winner of the Ultimate Fighter, Michael the Cat Bisping! Notice how quickly Ariane and Chandela dive out of the way when the towel comes out. He's about a quarter a pound over, according to Mr. Kaiser. I'm here with Mr. Miller. First of all, Mayhem, welcome back to the UFC, my friend. How's it feel to be back?
It feels so good to be back.
It's a big fight for you tomorrow. Give us your thoughts on your opponent, Mr. Bisping, and the fight that's going down tomorrow night.
Listen, time for talking is done. Tomorrow night, I'll show you what time it is. It's time for me to come. Now boo this man.
Mayhem Miller, ladies and gentlemen. Can Mr. Bisping get a little love, ladies and gentlemen, for a winner of the Ultimate Fighter?
I couldn't give a fuck about getting fucking love. All I care about is smashing this dickhead's head in. Tomorrow night, that's gonna happen. Fuck you all.
Mr. Bisping has spoken, and he wonders why people boo him. Ariane and Chandela, ladies and gentlemen, this is over. You take care.